Hello, good evening. It is Thursday, August the 28th, 2025, and I am popping on here live for a few minutes to talk about some Ryan Coogler films. This is the next installment in our Director Spotlight series on this channel. As many of you may be aware who followed this channel for some time, I do a periodic entry in my Taste Director series. This is a series where we'll turn the spotlight on a specific filmmaker. We'll share 3 or 4 films from that filmmaker's filmography, talk about their background, and talk about some of the films that they've done to give you a taste of their contribution to the world of cinema. Now, as I've said numerous times, choosing 3 or 4 films from a specific filmmaker won't necessarily give you the full depth and breadth of what a filmmaker has done, but the idea is to just give you a taste of their contribution to cinema. Tonight, I'm really excited to talk about Ryan Coogler. This is a very young filmmaker. He is, I believe, 39 years of age, but he has made some very impactful films to this date. We're going to talk about some of them tonight, and I want to hear in the comments section below what some of your favorite films are from this filmmaker. I hope everybody is doing well tonight. I literally decided to just pop on here live and just, cover this piece of content. I've moved my Taste Director series to a quarterly series. So I used to do it every month, January through November, with the exception of December. It would take that month off to focus on more holiday content. But I decided for 2025 to move this to a quarterly format. So I did a taste of Noah Baumbach films, Noah Baumbach and Greta Gerwig films earlier this year, as well as an entry in taste of Terrence Malick films. Now we're moving on to Ryan Coogler, and I am excited about it. So on the other side of this, we'll get into it. We'll talk about taste of Ryan Coogler films. And I really want to hear in the comment section below what you think about this filmmaker's work. Let's talk about it. Thank you to everybody who just happened to be on YouTube at this time and you just saw that I was live and decided to pop on. Welcome. And for those of you who are joining on a replay, welcome as well. However, you are getting to this piece of content, I'm glad that you are here. And I'm definitely happy for you to be able to join in this conversation. Speaking of joining in the conversation, we have Adrian James from across the pond. Hello there, sir. Hope you are doing well. Glad that you're able to join us live. But let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump into this topic. So, this is Taste of Ryan Coogler Films. Now, this is a fairly young filmmaker. He is really at the beginning of his career, and he has put out some powerhouse content so far. And I'm just looking forward to seeing what else this filmmaker is going to bring to the table. So, we're going to talk about some of his films here tonight. This is part of our Director Spotlight series. And let's see here. We got KB Loves Movies, RIP Chadwick Boseman, 5 years today. 5 years today. My goodness. I did not know that, KB. Wow. Now that's quite coincidental. I had no idea. I remembered it was August 2020. 2020 was uh, probably one of the craziest years in most of our lives. And of course, this was one of many sad stories in 2020. The passing of Chadwick Boseman. He had hidden his illness for a number of years and done so many films, being sick, and even his closest of coworkers didn't even know. But yeah, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman, and blessings to his family. Adrian James saying hey there to KB. And yep, definitely rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. But yeah, we're talking about Taste of Ryan Coogler films. It sort of makes me think about all of the collaborations that Ryan Coogler has had with Michael B. Jordan. I think Michael B. Jordan has been in almost all of Ryan Coogler's films, if not all of them. And I can only imagine had Chadwick Boseman lived, that I could see the two of them probably also being a big collaboration through the years. I mean, we'll never know now, but yeah, rest in peace, Mr. Boseman. Chris Alder says, greetings to James and fellow film lovers from Edmonton, Canada. Greetings to you as well, sir, up there in Canada. Definitely happy to have you as always. But yeah, we're going to talk about this filmmaker, and I've got three films that we're going to focus on this evening. And these are the three main films of his that I've seen. I've seen, I think, 4 or 5 of his films, but these are three films that I'm definitely excited to talk about, starting with a film that I know I own on physical media. I know I have it on Blu-ray. What I don't know is where in my collection I have it, and that's Creed from 2015. Fantastic film. Looking forward to talking about that. I also look forward to talking about Black Panther tonight. Here, this groundbreaking title from 2018, starring, of course, Chadwick Boseman and Michael B. Jordan and this wonderful cast. So we'll talk about that Marvel film. And then, of course, we'll talk about his most recent output, Sinners, here. Just a fantastic, fantastic film that is just has gotten a lot of acclaim this year. So we will talk about those films, and let's get into it right now, starting with, of course, the film Creed. Well, actually, before we get into the film, I don't want to rush this. Let's talk a little bit about Ryan Coogler's background and his career. So you see Ryan Coogler here with his lovely wife there at a Golden Globe Awards ceremony. Ryan Coogler has had a pretty interesting background. He was born in 1986, so he is the young age of 39. He was born in Oakland, California. He played football at Sacramento State before attending film school at University of Southern California. He produced some early short films at USC. And then, of course, he made the film Fruitvale Station in 2013, starring Michael B. Jordan. That is one that I have admittedly not yet seen. I need to check out Fruitvale Station. But he put out that breakout film back in 2013, so a dozen years ago. And a lot of his films deal with themes of identity, social struggle, and legacy. So that's a little bit about the filmmaker. But yeah, just a fantastic background attending film school at USC. Let's take a few comments here. Creed is superb. I've viewed in the past year, is very well written, acted, and directed. It is. It's a fantastic film. We're about to talk about it here on the next slide here. I really enjoyed that film. That film really was an emotional experience, particularly seeing Sylvester Stallone's performance, and that was pretty touching. Yes, five feature films from Coogler, all starring or featuring Michael B. Jordan in some capacity. Great director actor collaboration. Yeah, you know, I love seeing these director actor collaborations. We see them with all most of the greats. Whether it's Martin Scorsese, he is often tapping Robert De Niro, or he's also directed Leonardo DiCaprio in a number of films, or whether it's Hitchcock, who has often included Jimmy Stewart or Cary Grant in a lot of his films. So I love seeing those powerhouse director actor collaborations. Wes Anderson, he has his sort of his stable of actors that he pulls from pretty often. So it's very common that filmmakers have a certain comfort level with certain performers and a certain chemistry, and they just sort of take them from one project to the next. But yeah, great background for Ryan Coogler. And now we're gonna get into this title Creed, and I'm still, y'all, I'm still trying to find where that Blu-ray is in my collection. I've gone through each floor of this house. I've gone from room to room, shelf to shelf, and I'm wondering where in the world do I have it? So I know I have it. I just gotta locate it. But this is a film from 2015, and it is just a fascinating film. I mean, this film is a film that, of course, follows his breakout with Fruitvale Station, and his journey into feature filmmaking really begins in a big way with Creed. So it's coming off the acclaim of Fruitvale Station. He really stepped into one of cinema's greatest and most impactful franchises, the Rocky franchise. And he didn't just extend it, but he brought a new flavor to it, and he reinvented this wonderful series of films. He brought in Michael B. Jordan to play the son of Apollo Creed, and in what I think is a career-defining performance, for Michael B. Jordan. And just it was not only Michael B. Jordan's role in this film, which I thought was powerful. But again, as I said, Sylvester Stallone. That was one of the big surprises for me when I saw this in the theater. I literally was almost brought to tears with his performance in this role, because it sort of called back to the emotional core of the Rocky films and Adrian. And here he is now, an aged, boxer, and reflecting on his life. And it just it just touched me deeply. And what also touched me deeply, and unfortunately, was when the Oscars ceremony came around. A lot of anticipation for, okay, this is the time to recognize Stallone and give him his Oscar. And then they said, let's give it to Alan Arkin here. I think it was Alan Arkin for Little Miss Sunshine got it instead. I think, if I'm no, or maybe it was, anyway, someone else got it. So that was a disappointment. I feel like the Academy kind of missed an opportunity there to reward one of the all-time greats. But great performance nonetheless. And this is an absolutely fantastic film. There was a great chemistry between Adonis, Michael B. Jordan's character, Adonis Creed, and Rocky Balboa, played by Sylvester Stallone. Great chemistry there, great like mentor type relationship, and just a beautiful story. Great storytelling and a beautiful extension and reinvention of the Rocky franchise was achieved in Creed by Mr. Ryan Coogler. It's a great spinoff and revitalization of this franchise. You got Michael B. Jordan in there great themes of legacy, family, mentorship, discovery. It's just a fantastic film. Now, I've seen the first film, Creed. I've seen the second film. I did not see the third film with Jonathan B. No, Jonathan Majors. I have not seen that one. Let me know in the comments what you think about that one and what your favorite entry in the Creed series is. Let me know that in the comments section. So the boxing sequences were innovative and emotionally grounded. Great film all the way around. I just wish I could find it, and I'm not going to stop until I locate that Blu-ray in this house. But yeah, let me see what y'all think here. Chris Alder's Creed is ultimately a very humanistic story. Absolutely. I haven't seen the Creed films. I think I need to. Yeah, Adrian, I definitely recommend seeing the first one for sure. I think if you don't want to see the other two, at least see the first one. If you like, I would say if you like the Rocky franchise, definitely check out Creed. Check out Creed. I think it is heartwarming. It is worth seeing Stallone again, and seeing this expansion of the Apollo Creed story, bringing that forward. You have Felicia Rashad, who plays the mother, excuse me, the mother of Adonis Creed. Just great stuff. Great stuff. Good movie. Gungshi, hi James. Hello, Gungshi. Saying hi to KB and everybody. And we have Adrian and Gungchi saying hello to one another. Beautiful stuff. So yeah, that's Creed. That is Creed from 2015. Again, one of Ryan Coogler's early films. It came out a decade ago, 2015. We now move on to one of the all-time great superhero movies. I, I say that, but it doesn't necessarily rank in my top five, but is great from a cultural importance and significant standpoint, and that is this wonderful film, Black Panther from 2018 that stars the late great um, actor who played T'Challa or Black Panther in this film, Chadwick Boseman. So this is the first black-led Marvel film. It's a global cultural milestone, and it's a film that really speaks for itself. I mean, building on the success of Creed, Coogler showed that he could handle legacy with heart and authenticity with this film, and that prepared him for really the biggest stage in Hollywood, taking on this huge Marvel film. With Black Panther, he didn't just direct a Marvel universe movie; he created a cultural event, and that is really the case because this movie brought in so many people and really galvanized so many groups of people and was an inspiration to a lot of young children, and particularly young, black boys and just young kids in general. Were just so inspired seeing this superhero embodiment in this film was just incredible. He brought Afro-futurism to the mainstream with this film in terms of the way he portrayed Wakanda, the way he portrayed the regalness of T'Challa, Lupita Nyong'o's character, just and Letitia Wright, Angela Bassett, great cast, um, just fantastic. And then of course Michael B. Jordan playing one of the antagonists in this film. Uh, just did an absolutely fantastic job. T'Challa in this film embodied grace and strength at the same time. Just a beautiful balance, and it's one of those things where this film will be looked at, I think, forever as a treasure in terms of this man's performance. Many other reasons, but this man's performance to Chadwick Boseman was just so special in this film. His embodiment of this character, and what can I say? It's I think there's a debate in terms of I still haven't seen the second Black Panther film, and honestly, I don't know if I ever will. Uh, I wasn't really inspired to see it. I just kind of feel like I'm just good with this. I really kind of wish that Marvel had made the decision to recast T'Challa. I think there are some actors who could have carried it on. versus them going the way that they did. I think that might have served and honored the character more to recast it with an actor who could, carry that legacy on, but they chose not to do that. But it's all good. But yeah, Black Panther is an amazing film, and the name of the villain, Ulysses Claw. Who played Ulysses Claw in this film? Victor Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis as Ulysses Claw, excellent. You also have Forrest Whitaker in this film. Lot of great actors. You have the gentleman here, Daniel Kaluuya from Get Out. He's in this. This cast is fire. This cast is absolute fire in this movie. The lady from The Walking Dead is in here. I mean, this movie has an amazing cast, and I just think I think it was just wonderful. Black Panther from 2018. I love it more. I enjoyed the film. I like it quite a bit. It probably doesn't rank in my top five favorite superhero movies, but what makes this film special for me is the cultural impact of it. It is just that powerful of a film. Let's see. What are y'all saying out there? Y'all are saying, incidentally, Mark Rylance won the Best Supporting Actor Oscar for his performance in Bridge of Spies, a year that Stallone was nominated. Ah, okay, yes, that's right. Yeah, when I was thinking, Little Miss Sunshine, Alan Arkin, I think he beat out Eddie Murphy for Dreamgirls that year. That's that one. That's another disappointment. But it was disappointing seeing Stallone not get that award. But yeah, that was Mark Rylance in Bridge of Spies. So yep. Thank you. So third one was excellent, but I miss Rocky. Okay. Let's see. KB Gungshi saying hey to Gungshi. See, Black Panther makes me cry at the end every time when the little boy asks Chadwick who he is. One of my favorite films. Yeah, so good, so good. It's this film, like I said, is an absolute treasure. What can I say? What can I say? Legendary film. I'm looking forward to seeing Black Panther as I now have it in my film library. Excellent. Definitely check it out, Chris. Definitely check it out. Again, I've not seen the second one. Let me know in the comments if y'all recommend that I do. I just felt like it was skippable. And based on the reviews that I've heard, that seems to back that up. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section, whether seeing the sequel is worth it. But yeah, that's Black Panther. So yeah, we've talked about Creed, we talked about Black Panther. Now let's move on to the third film. And that is the film that came out earlier this year to critical acclaim, and that is Ryan Coogler's film Sinners from 2025. This again stars Michael B. Jordan with an absolutely stellar cast in this film. Great music, fascinating story, beautifully shot film. Just on every technical aspect you can think of, this film just seems to cover. And what I think this film, when I think about the evolution of this filmmaker, this is, I think, the film that really establishes Ryan Coogler as having a lot of potential, creating original material and bringing forward an amazing story based on original material that he has written, that's not based off of a previous franchise like the Rocky franchise for Creed or the Marvel Cinematic Universe or Black Panther. This is something that is wholly of his own that he is bringing forth. And man, did he make an absolute splash with it. And that is Sinners from 2025, from this year. And so after reshaping both the Rocky saga and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Coogler, he could have stayed in franchise filmmaking forever. He really could have. He could have gone from one thing to the next and made some pretty amazing movies with those existing intellectual properties. But instead, he decided to do something original, and he chose to return to original storytelling with Sinners. And this film, it explores so many things. It explores morality, redemption, and that blurry line between good and evil through characters whose choices sometimes ripple outward into their communities. is grounded in raw emotional performances from all the actors, including Michael B. Jordan, who played two characters in this film. He played brothers, Smoke and Stack. And then you have a huge cast of amazing actors, including Haley Steinfeld and Delroy Lindo. You have the young up and coming actor who played the young Miles Caton, Jack O'Connell. Uh, just so many fantastic performers in this film, and is critically acclaimed for a reason. It's just a fantastic film that takes it's a period piece, takes place in the 1930s, I want to say, and it opens up with this young man, Miles Clayton, arriving at church after having his father's church after a night of horror, if you would, and it then goes back into the story and tells you the events that led up to that place. So it's one of those films that sort of starts at the end and then gives you in flashback form the events that led up to that end, and it has elements of horror in it, has great music in it. It is a cultural film that really speaks to a lot of the black experience in the South during this time, deals with elements of racism, as with the Ku Klux Klan in here. But it's a cultural milestone, has fantastic musical pieces that deals with different eras of music. um, and it's just an absolutely beautiful, beautifully photographed story, and a beautifully told story, and that I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoy. So that is Sinners, and it's a film that I'm still processing after having seen it twice, once in the theater and once on this 4K Ultra HD that I highly recommend. It's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful 4K, and just a fantastic story. Basically, these brothers, Smoke and Stack, they are from Mississippi. They come back to their hometown in Mississippi after doing their thing in Chicago, kind of having a run in with the mob. They make a lot of money. They come back home to Mississippi, and they basically go about the process of setting up a juke joint. And so this film covers that whole day, preparing for the party that they're going to use to open up this juke joint, and of course the proceedings during the party, and then some supernatural elements coming into play with in the form of vampires who show up, and chaos ensues, all leading to the young man the following day after experiencing that night of horror, coming back home to his father with a decision to make. So, absolutely stunning, stunning film all the way around. Let's see here. I did enjoy the Black Panther sequel, says Gigi. I think it was easy for it was. I think it was a way for the cast and us to mourn Chadwick Boseman. Fair, fair. Yeah, I'll have to see if I ever decide to watch it or not. We shall see. Still the best movie of the year for me, Sinners. Okay, I would say so for me as well. That I have seen. It's fantastic. It's got some incredible. It does some great things with music. Sonically, fantastic film. If you have I think this 4K is Dolby, yes, Dolby Atmos. So Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos. I don't have an Atmos setup, but this is a type of film that you want to put this in the player. If you have an Atmos setup, put it in the player, crank up the volume, and enjoy the experience all around you. There's some great sonic activity that you're going to capture on this experience from this disc and this Atmos track. But yeah, just an amazing film. It explores themes of cultural memory, legacy, resistance, vampirism, and the KKK threat. And the score by Ludwig Göransson. It's fantastic. It's a box office hit and critical crossover success. Genres include horror, musical, Southern Gothic, supernatural. It's a very unique film. It looks beautiful. The costume design, the art design, everything about this film worked from a production and a technical standpoint, and the storytelling and the acting and the script just supports it all. It's one of those cases where all the pieces come together almost perfectly. I mean, just a beautifully executed film. And I think this is a great marker for Ryan Coogler to really show his potential as a filmmaker in Hollywood with some serious chops and a long career ahead of him potentially. So, but yeah, that is Sinners, which then brings up what is next for Ryan Coogler. So he's directed some amazing films, starting with Fruitvale Station 2013. That led up to Creed in 2015, the wonderful film that was a cultural milestone, Black Panther in 2018, starring Chadwick Boseman. Very recently, he gave us Sinners here, just some great output. But what's next for him? So apparently, what is next? I looked on IMDb, and it is a film called Wrong Answer. Also, surprisingly, starring Michael B. Jordan in this film as well. And this is about, and this is kind of local news story around here in Atlanta. This has to do with the a math teacher in Atlanta, Georgia, is scandalized when he looks to get funding for his school by altering his students' test score. So this deals with that scandal in Atlanta public schools from several years ago about a cheating scandal. So he's bringing that to the screen, and I believe it says production status in development. So this is something that could potentially come maybe in 26. I don't know for sure, but from what I understand, it is in development. It is Wrong Answer. So be on the lookout for that film coming next from Ryan Coogler. So let's see here. Happy Sanjo says, "Hey everyone, hello, Happy Sanjo. Really glad I got to catch the stream. I'm glad you caught it too, as well, Sanjo. Sinners is certainly a worldwide hit. Once again, looking forward to seeing it at some point in the future. Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely worth seeing, and I hope that you enjoy it. So there you have it. Those are some films in Ryan Coogler's filmography that you might want to think about. I do this Taste the Director series, spotlight series periodically for the purpose of one, exposing myself more to a filmmaker that I've seen maybe a little bit of their filmography, maybe almost none of it, but want to explore more of it, but also to expose other people to filmmakers from around the world. Maybe you've never seen any films from Ryan Coogler, and maybe you've just only heard of him in passing. You've heard he's a pretty good director, but haven't seen anything from him. This might spark you to give him a shot and check out some of his films. This is also an opportunity for me to read some comments from you with suggestions about filmmakers that I should consider taking a look at. So it's really about film discovery for all of us. So definitely check out Ryan Coogler's films when you get a chance, and wherever you start, you can't go wrong. He's a fantastic filmmaker. So there you have it. Let me know in the comments section below, what do you think of this stream and this latest entry in our Director Spotlight series, Taste of Directors. We will close out the series this year with our last entry in the series to be announced soon. I think I have it in my phone here, the four that I plan to do this year, but I forgot the fourth entry. But I will be announcing that coming up as we get closer to the holiday season. So that'll be coming out probably in November. But let me know in the comment section below what you think about Ryan Coogler films and what some of your favorite films are from Ryan Coogler. Let me know all that in the comment section below. Thank you all for joining this evening. See Mr. KB saying, "Oh, thank you, KB. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, sir." And I need to check out that stream that you had with with Kenny Levels recently. But you hope you're doing well. Hope your move-in is going well. See here. Thanks for the live stream, James. Thank you, Gangshi. And thank you all so much for joining this evening. Hope you all have a great uh, Friday and a great Labor Day holiday coming up. And we'll look forward to seeing y'all next time at the movies. God bless you. Peace.